This is a paid request from Frame by Frame. Thank you so much for that. You've been very generous. If you want to request a movie review, a re-review, a random topic, tier list, ranking, movie news, video game playthrough, reaction, commentary, whatever the case, PayPal is usually the best bet. I do have a Patreon and a Cash App. People have asked about those. The links are down below in the info box, and I will get to as soon as I can once my brain starts rebooting again, as I watched literally one of the worst films I've seen this year. Is it the worst film I've seen this year? No, because I've seen Sasquatch Sunset, a Bigfoot movie where there's a scene where the Bigfoot people take a dump on a road. I've seen films like that. I will say I would rather watch Madam Web than this movie. I'm not even saying that to be funny. Madam Web is a trash film, but it's less up its own ass and pretentious. And I remember it being shorter than this movie. At least it felt shorter, although it's still a piece of trash. Borderlands I'd rather watch than this movie, and that's not a good movie. It's one of the worst. It's not the worst, but it's directed by Francis Ford Coppola, which I don't respect the man. I was never big on him as a director. I mean, his filmography, I respect Apocalypse Now, but there's just other war films I enjoy more. Platoon, especially Hamburger Hill, especially Casualties of War. I do not think Apocalypse Now is a bad film. It's just, again, there's other films I like more. The Godfather, do I think it's a bad film? No. But there's just other films of the Mafia. I prefer Goodfellas. I prefer Casino. There's other lengthy films I prefer, like Heat by Michael Mann, who I believe is a much better director than Francis Ford Coppola. Never thought, I mean, Steven Spielberg, Michael Mann, Oliver Stone, Brian De Palma, John Carpenter. There are just many other directors I felt were better than him. I especially hate him more as a person because he's the same piece of trash that stuck up for his butt buddy Victor Salva. Because Francis Ford Coppola, Population Zero should be his affinity, such as no one should be around this dickwad. Who, his buddy did a film called Clown House, touched a little kid on camera, had fun with him, got arrested, only got a few months in jail, less than Wesley Snipes got for tax evasion. And the reason Victor Salva got bailed out so quickly is he was best friends with Francis Ford Coppola, which is the truth. Don't believe me? Look it up. I even told the kid, "You'll never work in this town again." "Oh, I'm sorry, Francis. The kid was only doing a film and your buddy just decided to have a lot of finger-banging fandango in front of a camera when he was only like 12 years old. How dare he, Francis? Lighten up, Francis." I hate the guy as a person. Don't like him as a director. The only film I thought was halfway decent for me was Bram Stoker's Dracula for the visuals. But Jack I thought sucked. A lot of films of his I think suck or just aren't my cup of tea. And I'm glad he's losing money from this. He spent $120 million of his own money on this pretentious, boring crap fest where its head is up its own ass for its 2 hour and 20 minute running time. And all these decades he wanted to make this film, and for what? To come out and people trash it for good reason on its own sad lack of, lack of sense, lack of cohesiveness, lack of tact in terms of, do you know that the people saying this dialogue sounds like crap? Do you know how your editing seems like schizophrenic at times? Do you not understand that it looks like you're sniffing your own farts and thinking it smells like cherries? Might as well put a cherry bomb up your nose. But all these decades he wanted to make this film because he has a... Hey, I love Fritz Lang's Metropolis. I even like the Giorgio Moroder cut of Metropolis. This ain't Metropolis. Okay, it's Metropolis, but it ain't Metropolis. Okay, I wish Superman would come down from Metropolis and take this movie and shove it up the sun's ass. If it has an ass, he'll find it. And take Francis with you and shove Francis in the sun too, up the sun's ass. Although the sun would be bad, and shit him out, because who wants Francis near them? I wouldn't. I would curse him out and say, hey, I'm glad you love the pedos, Francis. And lo and behold, what came out? There's video footage that he was on set of this film, grabbing and groping women and the extras. Who could have thunk it? Wow, the guy who was fine with his buddy doing sexual things to a kid on camera for Clown House, lo and behold, he touches women. Wow, this is such a shocker. Shocking, isn't it? I would have more of a shot stuffing his finger up my ass. Wow, it's really tight. I better put a piece of coal. So I did a twist and did a diamond. And cash out. So here, Francis, you take it, right? Since you need it. But yeah, he spent $120 million of his own money. And it's only made $6 million. Which I laugh. I'm sure he's got more money. Probably got more vineyards. But I'm glad it bombed so badly, so to laugh at his damn face. I know I'm 7 minutes in, I haven't talked about the film. I'm just getting that stuff out of the way before I talk about the film. So you did a bunch of actors, which they're given the script that is pompous and, I said, pretentious and feels like it's moving underwater. It is so damn slow and so damn boring. And this comes from the guy that I can watch and enjoy 2001: A Space Odyssey. I can watch and enjoy Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. 1980's The Changeling. No, this is just a badly done movie. Where Laurence Fishburne is narrating, but he's also the limo driver of Adam Driver. Adam Driver, Kylo Ren. He's this architect named Cesar. Yes, his name is Cesar. Because the beginning literally tells you about how... I mean, Fishburne literally says how America is not that different from Rome. And just like we had the fall of the Roman Empire, maybe soon this empire will fall as well. To the point it's literally called New Rome. The city's literally called New Rome. And again, Adam Driver's literally called Caesar. Could you be a bit more on the nose, Francis Coppola? About as subtle as a sledgehammer to your head until you're dead. So his name is Cesar. He's an architect. He works for this thing called Design Authority. He found this miracle building material called Megalon. I wish Godzilla's Megalon would come in and put his spike up people's asses and get them to, I don't know, change some bits and shit to be a better movie. I wish Megalon was in this movie and just killed everybody. I'm talking about the characters, that is. I'm not talking about the actors. Although Francis, you could take him. I wouldn't care. But again, it thinks it's Fritz Lang's Metropolis, but has none of the wonder, none of the awe, none of the artistic integrity. Just a lot of, like, at times iffy green screen, or kind of bad green screen. Once in a while, a decent looking shot, but that decent looking shot, you know, okay, well, what does that really pertain to the story? Just a lot of lackluster metaphors or pretentious babble that these people talk. Wannabe Shakespeare. I mean, they actually mention Shakespeare a lot, where Adam Driver quotes Hamlet just because. It's artsy, ain't it? I'm quoting Hamlet. Have some ham and eggs and shut the fuck up. So Adam Driver, he's his architect, and he's demolishing buildings because he wants to make a utopia with this new material. Because the material will last indefinitely, and the buildings won't be run down. I mean, I don't know how else that's going to help the other people's problems, like crime, like lack of food. Are the people going to get these homes for free, or is it going to cost a ton of money? I mean, it doesn't really delve into how this is really going to benefit society as much, considering how much they babble on about crap. They don't really get into the meat and potatoes of that. Oh, he has the power to stop time. How does he have the power to stop time? Tough shit. You don't know. You'll never know. Even what does he even do? It's like he can stop time, but it doesn't really come into any use of worth of crapness. Like, he'll stop time to just watch a building fall slower. He'll stop time to maybe kiss, or test out stopping time, and then at one point he can't do it, but then with his new girlfriend now he can do it. But what does it matter stopping time? How does that help anything? The stopping time was completely pointless. It did not add anything. It's funny, there's a moment that he maybe, well, I guess he wasn't with his girlfriend at the time, so he couldn't do it, but... No! No, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, she was, I'll get to that in a minute. But, for anyone who watches this film, what was the point of him stopping time? To having that ability? What did it do for him? What did it accomplish? What did it mean to the story? What did it mean to the underlying themes of whatever the hell he wanted to talk about? Because we've never seen a movie about utopia, and we've never seen a movie about, you have this guy, you have this guy. You have Adam Driver, and the other guy is Giancarlo Esposito, who's the mayor. And the mayor's daughter is in love with the lead guy, and the dad doesn't like it. And even goes, hey, don't be with my daughter, I'll give up everything. Oh, we've never seen any of that before. I mean, you spent $120 million for a plot that you have seen done dozens and dozens of times, and what did you bring to it other than your own ego and fart-sniffing Babylon? Razzle-dazzle drabble. With bad editing. Like, there's a bit where before this, he's on the roof, he's testing if he can stop time, he does. Whatever the hell that actually does for its own good, I have no idea, and I watched the film, wondering about that. So then it gets to, he's with his group, they're demolishing a building, because he's demolishing buildings that he can to build his utopia. Which, by the way this sounds, he sounds like the bad guy. And yet people in the streets going, well, we're homeless now. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a big deal. So why the hell is this guy the good guy? It seems like the mayor is the good guy. Because he doesn't want things to change, because it's making buildings explode and making people homeless. Yeah, that's kind of a bit of a bitter pill for people to swallow. I was waiting for him to go talk to like the kids and go, I'm trying to make a better place, and so that you guys would get the chance. You just gotta give me time. You just gotta give me time. It's gonna take time, I know, but just give me a bit more time. He doesn't do that. And Adam Driver did not like his performance. At times he was either sleepwalking, or it seemed like he was on drugs. Or his character was on drugs. I mean, there's a point in the film he does take drugs, but it seems like the rest of him might as well taking drugs too. Giancarlo Esposito is there, kind of just reciting the words he's given in this crap script. Aubrey Plaza is a TV reporter named Wow Platinum. I could make fun of that more, and I will, but granted, we are in a world where a woman is called Aquafina. So I guess Wild Platinum is not that far off, Sally. But Aquafina's a stupid name, and Wild Platinum's a stupid name. And part of me doesn't even know which is a dumber name. But yeah, Wild Platinum. What's next? Gnarly Gold, or I don't know. Sustained Silver, or I don't know what the... I can't think of a good... Because it's stupid. I don't want to think more stupid. I don't want to think of stupid names. Oh, I was telling about the editing. I don't want to get off track. So he's making the building explode. Then he makes the building explode, and he's looking over here, right? He's looking over here. Then it cuts to some woman who we don't know looking at him, or looking at the building. Then it cuts to a scene we saw before of him on the roof. And it cuts to then him looking over here, like he's like looking at the camera here. Then it cuts to something. Then the next shot he's over here looking at the building. What the fuck? It was so awkwardly edited. Jason Schwartzman's in the film, but I swear I think all of his scenes was cut out, because he appears one time to be like, here we go, but then it cuts to Adam Driver and them kind of going somewhere else, and it seems like Jason Schwartzman's going to introduce someone on TV, but then we don't see who he introduces on TV, and I swear to God, it seemed like we never saw Jason Schwartzman again. If we did, I apologize, I'm wrong, but I don't remember it. I really don't remember it. Jon Voight, he's there as Adam Driver's uncle, to be a fool. A goofy, silly fool that at one point gets a damn boner. Well, he says it's a boner. Well, to be fair, it's probably something else, which I'll get to that. You know, I'll jump ahead. There's a moment where he says it's a boner. I got a boner, man. If it was for this, I have some time with you, Aubrey Plaza. He pulls out a bow and arrow this big and shoots Aubrey Plaza and shoots Shia LaBeouf in the ass twice. And I don't know if this was meant to be funny or what. Because it's like during the third act when things are supposed to be getting serious. So I don't know, man. But Jon Voight's there just to be acting senile and goofy. Which it just depending on who you ask. That seems like Jon Voight in real life. But again, it depends on who you ask. Laurence Fishburne is there to once in a while drive the limo and talk about time. Time's a funny thing. It's time to go. It's checking out time. Like, he's seen all these phrases involving time. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything, Fishburne? I mean, I get why he did it, because he was in Apocalypse Now, and that was very, very early in his career, so it's like, hey, probably be the last film Francis Ford Coppola does, so he did it, just hey, but he had nothing to do. Fishburne was wasted. Shia LaBeouf, he plays the cousin who hates Adam Driver. And at times, he does have a bit of energy, but then other times he's just a whiny weasel. Dustin Hoffman, I don't know why the hell he's in it. He's in it, I guess, as the fixer. Like, every once in a while, he kind of talks a little bit with Giancarlo Esposito. But he's given nothing worthwhile. He kind of in the background. At one point, there's a bit where Adam Driver is talking with the reporters about what he wants to do and about how this material, I'm going to make it with this. And then Dustin Hoffman's like with Giancarlo the mayor and go, for some reason, he's saying stuff like, concrete, 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 and then we make it with steel, steel, steel. I'm like, why is he repeating this? Concrete, 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 and then we do with steel, steel, steel. I'm like, okay, we did it. Why are you repeating some of these sentences 3 or 4 times? just because. I feel like a lot of people just did shit here just because. Like, why is Adam Driver quoting Hamlet in the middle of talking with these reporters? Why is it that Jason Schwartzman seems to be, hey, let's come on it, and it's going to be this celebratory thing, and then we randomly cut to a bridge, and we randomly cut to a smashed car, and then we cut to Adam Driver. Why did we cut to that cat? What was that car crash? Or the remains of it? Who was it? What did they have to do with anything? Aubrey Plaza, I think it's her that says this. I could be wrong. She used to be with Adam Driver and was in love with him, but then they're separated. I think she's the one that says the line, "Man, you're so anal. You know what? You're anal as hell. But I, on the other hand, is oral as hell." That's the line of dialogue in the movie. You're anal as hell, but me, I'm oral as hell. Yeah? Fuck that. My foot is hell, as don't come like a fury up your face, Van Damme style. How about that? So Adam Driver, the architect versus the mayor. Mayor wants to keep things the same. Adam wants to make this utopia. The public are pissed at both because the mayor's not stopping Adam, and Adam's demolishing his buildings, making more people homeless. I'm like, why are we supposed to root for Adam Driver's character? Why? Explain that to me. Why should we root for him? He falls for the daughter of his rival, and she falls for him. There's pretentious upon pretentious upon pretentious up your own ass dialogue where, like, he gets to the limo with Fishburne driving and says, "Where are we going? Uptown, downtown, heaven, or hell?" And then Adam Driver's like, "Purgatory. We've always got time, even if I don't understand it." What the hell does that mean? You don't understand time? Oh, it's 5 minutes from now. Oh, it's 12:46 a.m. In 2 minutes, it's going to be 12:48 a.m. There you go. Glad I could coach you, buddy. And it tries to do some visuals, but they're so unsubtle. Like, he's driving, he's looking up, he's imagining these statues of justice falling apart or going to the side. And literally you then hear a girl go, "The city surrounded by injustice." They fucking call Batman then. How about them apples, alright? Call Howard the freaking Nutful, I care. Like, it wasn't enough to have that and you could, like, figure out yourself. Someone literally had to explain, oh, this means we're surrounded by injustice. The opposite of justice. So they're depressed. The statues literally come alive, be depressed, and there's no justice. I don't know what the hell this utopia is going to bring about justice, because you built a couple buildings that look better. How about food? How about jobs? How about all the other stuff that involved with that? But, hey, Francis Ford Coppola knows better than me, right? Having $120 million and losing over 100 of that. Hey. And by the way, if you're asking, why is this New Rome? How did the world become New Rome? I guess that's the thing, we don't really get it. I guess you could assume maybe, like, if Rome never fell, which would then defeat the purpose of, well, you want to talk about the fall of Rome, but in this world, Rome never fell. I don't give a shit. There's no chemistry between Adam Driver and the I forget the girl's name. The one who's the daughter of the mayor, Giancarlo Esposito's character. And they're by these beams on this building, and They're talking about some say cavalry, others say infantry. I say it's the one you love. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, and honestly, I don't give a rat's ass. Just please end the movie. But no, we're not. Just we gotta have an actual coliseum. And despite all this stuff they can do, they don't have, they have TVs and all this stuff, but let's have some chariots. This, literally chariots, like Ben-Hur. Right, okay. You get it? Because Rome, so you gotta have some chariots. And there's a bit where Adam Driver goes to this event, and there's like a circus going on, and then a woman singing, and then Adam Driver takes some drugs, and like he'll be woozy. They'll cut to like in his mind going, his body doing like this. They cut to like him being woozy, and they'll cut to his mind going, himself in his mind going, I don't know if maybe the anal bead is stuck in his ass and he needs it pulled out. I don't know. I'll call a surgeon. And there's even a bit where like he imagines him and the girlfriend doing this. Like they're pulling a rope that's not there. What the hell does that mean for anything of the scene? It's literally, just do whatever. Okay, yeah, pull this rope that doesn't exist. Why? Because Francis Ford Coppola knows. He knows so much he lost over $100 million. Bravo, you idiot. And then on the projection appears and it looks like he had sex with this teen girl, but you find out there was fate. But after that, he doesn't have his power to control time unless the girlfriend is there. Again, how does this work? I don't know. As in, how does he have this power? Why does he have this power? How did he get this power? I already said that. How does this benefit what he's doing? I don't know. If they tried to explain it, it was hard for me to pay attention with all the boring, pretentious crap around it. Talia Shire, who's related, of course, to Coppola. She is the mom of Adam Driver, and she doesn't really have anything to do. She says in one scene about, how come when you won the Nobel Prize you didn't thank me? And then like he tries to kiss her hand and go, oh, you hurt me. You hurt me. And I don't know, she appears maybe one or two more times. I mean, she has like nothing to do. Oh, then throughout the film you hear about this satellite. It's like a Russian satellite, and then something happens and it just randomly comes down to the city and destroys pieces of it. The girlfriend gets pregnant. The dad does not approve. And literally the girl goes, I'm breaking his heart. Who are you, Natalie Portman? Trying to fight Anakin? Oh, apparently Dustin Hoffman's character died in that rubble. Like, when the satellite hits and the shit's coming down. Apparently Dustin Hoffman died. We don't know that until Shia LaBeouf looks and then there's a statue. Then we have like this brief flash of what happened to Dustin Hoffman and he's just gone. I hope the paycheck cleared, Dustin Hoffman. I hope the paycheck cleared, man. Like the thing, you get actors like Dustin Hoffman and Talia Shire, and you do nothing with them. James Remar is in this film for 30 seconds. To read what's, like, talk about what's in a newspaper to Adam Driver for literally 30 seconds. That makes me wonder, like, this, I swear, I would bet this was a longer movie, and you don't see, like, a 3-4 hour cut one day. I would not be surprised, but I ain't seen it. So Shia LaBeouf has turned the crowd on both Giancarlo Esposito and his cousin Adam Driver. I can't really blame the crowd because, again, this guy is destroying buildings and making people homeless. Can't really sympathize with him. I know this was not meant to be funny, but it did make me laugh. This little kid goes up to Adam Driver, and then like the girlfriend goes, "Oh, he never says no to a kid." Well, don't ask Victor Selva that, right, Francis? You cuck. And then what happens is the little kid pulls out a gun and shoots Adam Driver in the face. He's not dead, but the kid gets away. That's why I was thinking, oh, why didn't he slow time there when the kid pulled out the gun? But again, the girl wasn't near it, because now he can only control time if the girl's near him. I'm trying to think. Oh, then Adam, he just a skin graft using that Megalon material. And, I wish the actual Megalon came in and did some shit. Godzilla vs. Megalon is a better movie than this. I don't care what anyone says. Well, I do care, but we will agree to disagree. If you think otherwise, we agree to disagree. I think that movie's better than this. So then the Adam gets a skin graft, which at first makes him look like a crappy Phantom of the Opera type of thing, where he's got half a gold face type of thing. So that's not quite Phantom of the Opera, but just just Two-Face, a crappy Two-Face. But then I guess he gets more, so then ultimately he looks normal again. Shia and I think it's Aubrey Plaza, they have sex with each other in the most awkward, weird way. Saying this juvenile dialogue about how much you like the pussy. I'm is this one of the damn porno film reviews that I got? Am I watching? Oh no, I'm still watching the movie. My mind didn't skip and went to one of the porno reviews. No, I'm still here. And while having trying to have sex, she cuts his hair. Let me tell you something. If you're having sex with someone that don't cut your hair, then the sex must really suck. Because if that's what she's paying attention to, yeah, it's no good. It's no good. And the two decide to work together and screw over Jon Voight and get the power from him, the finances, all that. So they kind of mess with Jon Voight, and that's when he's in bed, and you think he's got the boner, but he pulls out the little teeny tiny bow and arrow, shoots Aubrey Plaza, and then shoots Shia LaBeouf in the ass twice. Kills Aubrey Plaza. Oh, you think, well, now it's going to be these riots. Oh my god, all these people are rioting. What's going to happen? How are they going to stop all this rioting? Well, Adam Driver's going to go out. He's going to give a speech. And that's it. That's all he does. He just gives a speech. Just gives a speech. I mean, if it's one of those things where, listen, I'm going to show you a bit of what I'm doing, and then shows them a piece of Megalopolis, and you guys can live here, at least some of you. The others, I'm sorry, it's going to take me time, but at least some of you, this is what I'm doing. I'm not lying, not pulling your chain. This is for you to have a better environment, more stable buildings, something, anything. It just all about dreams, hopes and dreams, hopes and dreams, hopes and dreams. No one would buy into this speech. They would go kiss my ass, fuck you, probably try to shoot him twice, have crappy secret agents, not do their job. It wouldn't solve crap. But no, he gives a speech and that's it. That's all it is. That's all that happens. And by this point, the baby has been born, and then Giancarlo Esposito and Adam Driver, they're now friends. Which, I mean, I guess because Giancarlo saw the baby, which is his grandson, so now all of a sudden he's fine with Adam Driver. That's just how easy it gets. Everything's solved very quickly like that. So he kisses his woman, Adam Driver kisses his woman. The both of them say, time, stop. Now, it seems like they're frozen too. Which I'm like, if they're frozen too, then who's going to unstop it. Because they freeze, like, they're kissing, but they're frozen, like, I'm like, well, how they don't unfreeze? They only did that to show, oh, the baby, it's not affected at all by being frozen. I'm like, so what? So what? So what? So the baby can't freeze. So what? So what? And what? The baby don't have to wait for the baby to... Hey, say freeze, unfreeze. Well, I mean, it doesn't know da and D and do, so it don't be waiting a long time. My hope is they all die. All those characters die of, they're frozen in time. They just have a heart attack and just everybody, all the characters die because who gives a rat's ass about everybody? This movie is awful. I don't think it was that good looking of a film for $120 million. A lot of the actors like Laurence Fishburne and Dustin Hoffman and James Remar and Jason Schwartzman completely wasted. Sometimes on roles are only like 30 seconds long, which makes me wonder if a lot of stuff was cut out of this. The story, it's not that I was confused. Like some people say they were confused. It's not confusing of a story. It's just a badly told story. That's not interesting. That's dull. That's boring. That's snore-inducing. With not as much creativity as people seem to think it was going to have. This was someone's pet project that was totally screwed up and off the mark with horrible dialogue, a lot of lousy performances, pretentious up its own ass themes, no heart, no sincere humor that would make you laugh. And again, why should we care about a single character in this movie? Francis. So yeah, this film is easily the worst Coppola film I've seen. It's one of the worst films I've seen this year. And if it's at least top 3. Maybe top 2, but I gotta think about it's at least my top 3 worst of the year. There was such a chore to sit through. It was so insufferable to sit through. And what a waste of money. And Coppola, you'll never see this, but I just kind of laugh at you that you took all these decades, all your time, all your money to make such a worthless piece of shit that people will laugh at, that you try to have fake advertisement with, oh, all these critics said bad things about your movies and used AI. I'm like, listen, every film has a fan, every film has a non-fan. You could literally go on Rotten Tomatoes and probably find, well, look up each of your film, well, that person didn't like it, and you take a line from them. Wow, that would take, I could do that in less than half an hour. Would have saved you a whole lot of headache, dude. Although I wouldn't work for you, unless I could go up and spit in your face. And tell you off in front of people and tell them what you did. Then maybe I'd think about it. But anyway, the dialogue, literally, I remember conniption fit down, just like this guy, Adam Driver, had. But yeah, I laugh at you, you cuck, about how you just lost so much money, about how you fell flat on your face, made a fool out of yourself, and now there's video footage of you doing stuff to women, and I'm sure you don't get the pass. Just Hollywood loves giving those people passes, just like Woody Allen, just like Roman Polanski. They love giving you guys passes. Because, oh, they made The Godfather, so he gets a pass. No, okay. That's how Hollywood is. But yeah, this movie, a terrible movie made by a terrible man. I guess in a weird way that's fate, serendipitous, whatever you want to call it. We'll see you guys later.